Point number 6 of our guiding principles is we value well-being. If you've not heard me say this before, you need to know that my heart for you as a pastor is that who you are is more important than what you do. If your ministry life is getting in the way of your emotional and spiritual health, then it may be necessary to allow your ministry life to take a slide for a little while, just in order to be able to take the time to focus in on your emotional and spiritual health. Ultimately, our ministry and what we do for Jesus is not going to count if we get to heaven and we haven't had a relationship with Jesus. That's the first and most important thing. And so we value emotional health. So the question for you as a leader or a developing leader is not if you are facing an area of health that you're working on, it's where is the area of health that you're working on. If to think that we don't have any areas of brokenness, any areas that need the Holy Spirit's work, is actually a disqualifying factor. Some churches sort of leave us with the feeling that if we have an area of brokenness, that somehow that is the disqualifying factor. I would say that it's much more dangerous for a person to think that they've got it all together. Doesn't matter what stage of the journey with Christ we're on, there's always going to be something we're working on. And so our question to you as leaders is, where is God working on your emotional and spiritual health? And if you can't identify that, you need to ask someone in your world. Ask a spouse or a parent or a close confidant who can see what maybe you can't see, and say, what areas are still not working? What areas am I still broken? What areas has sin still got its hold on me? And then put together a plan to allow the Holy Spirit to work on that. And that may involve talking to a counselor, reading, researching, putting time into those areas. But if you don't do that, you're not going to grow. And ultimately, that will become the disqualifying factor from you extending your effectiveness in God's kingdom. So, point number 6 is we value well-being, and our question is, where are you working on your well-being? As a leader, you need to be able to identify clearly at least one thing that God is doing in your life, some area of brokenness that He's working on right now.